The Voting Rights Act of 1965. Coretta Scott King once said, "It doesn't matter how strong your opinions are. If you don't use your power for positive change, you are indeed part of the problem." I'm Ashley, and welcome to Sounds of Sankofa. The Voting Rights Act of 1965 is a very important law in the United States that helps make sure everyone has the right to vote. Voting is how people pick their leaders and decide on rules that affect their lives. The Voting Rights Act was created because in the 1960s, many African Americans and other groups were not allowed to vote in many parts of the United States, especially in the southern states. Even though the Constitution said everyone could vote, there were unfair rules that made it hard for many people, like literacy tests, poll taxes, intimidation. This was a big problem because it meant not everyone had a say in how their government was run. Many brave people spoke out against these unfair rules and worked hard for change. In March 1965, many people marched from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama to protest for voting rights. This march showed how important it was for everyone to be able to vote. The march received a lot of attention, and President Lyndon B. Johnson decided it was time to take action. On August 6, 1965, President Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act into law. This law made several important changes: no more discrimination, federal protection, easy voter registration. I know you're asking, why is the Voting Rights Act important? The Voting Rights Act is important because it helped millions of people gain the right to vote. Because of the law, many more African Americans and other minorities started voting in elections. The voices of these voters helped change laws and policies that were unfair. It taught everyone that voting is a fundamental right that should be protected. Even today, the Voting Rights Act is a symbol of the struggle for equality and justice. It reminds us that we must always work to make sure everyone has a chance to get their voice heard. Thanks to the efforts of our ancestors who fought for this law, our democracy is stronger and more inclusive. It teaches us the importance of standing up for what is right and making sure everyone can be heard. Voting is not just a right, it's a responsibility we all share to help shape our future. Zion Hill, this is your Sounds of Sankofa.